Hey guys, so I'm here with Michelin, again, accompanying me for this video. I'm so stupid, like, legitimately, I did makeup, like, glammed up for this video previously, and I recorded it, so I thought I did, only to realise when I wanted to edit the video that there was no video. So here's me again, attempting for the second time around to make this video. But this video is going to be about senior and junior collectors' experiences. It's like a prompt that's from BJD Addicts, I think. I saw someone else doing this video and I wanted to do a video for a long time now, I just couldn't think of what to do, so I basically just got inspired by them. There's like a bunch of questions for senior and junior collectors. I find that I'm somewhere in the middle because I quit the hobby one time properly, and then, I don't know, like, I've had things happen like university and going overseas, and then I think like that kind of made me come in and out of the hobby, but I've always been indefinitely in it because I've had like $1 or something left. But yeah, it's just, I'm just gonna answer all these questions for you. The first question, which is the senior question, is how long have you been in the hobby? And I've been in the hobby since 2005, 2006, so it's been a while. How has the hobby changed for you / around you? The hobby has changed. Obviously, like, after Corona, it's changed indefinitely. But I think, like, looking at how people socialize and social interaction in general, it has changed looking back to like when I first started, where like forums were like such a big thing and Tumblr and stuff. But nowadays, I'm pretty sure like not many people go on forums anymore. It's not as big as it used to be, and people just socialize through mainly Instagram, and there's Instagram groups for people as well. Do you regret anything in the hobby? I mean, I regret selling dolls, because I've had some dolls that have really special face-ups from like certain artists that I couldn't get back again, but just like everything in life that you regret, you just learn from it, right? And I think my doll family is great today because of it. You know, every doll I've sacrificed has contributed to something important at the time, so I guess, I mean, it's a loss for a win. So this is the last question in the senior questions, and it's, if you gave one piece of advice, what would it be? My piece of advice would be that, you know, do your research, find dolls that you really like, don't just impulse buy because you can. I think that, you know, there was one point I was just constantly buying all the time and it took the joy out of the hobby. I think you should kind of like relish and kind of like, I don't know, soak it in when you get something, because like the doll hobby, like, it's like a reward when you get a really big grail doll, right? Like, that feeling is so much more fulfilling than if you're buying little things just for the sake of buying little things. Like, I like to finish my dolls. I have one doll that I plan, and then I think about the face-up, I think about the clothing, or I like buy wigs for the other dolls or clothes for the other dolls. But I'm not one to constantly just keep buying dolls for the sake of buying dolls, because it's gonna feel like I'm just accumulating too many to like enjoy it. I think my piece of advice would be, don't get so hyped up and so caught up in like constantly buying things. It's like my influencer friends, they're always just like buying clothing, but now clothing means nothing to them, you know what I mean? I think this hobby should stay meaningful to you, and it should stay meaningful, I don't know, to me, this is my personal opinion, is that I find that in the beginning, just getting something in the post or tracking the post would start turning more exciting than obtaining the doll itself. Like these days, when I get a doll, you know, I kind of obsess over it. Like, I've been obsessing over him. He's just so gorgeous, and I've been like still building on that. You know, I don't want it to go away so quickly just by like looking too forward in buying another doll. But I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I've already, you know, thought of the next doll to buy, but like, I don't know, I like my family at the moment. Yeah. So, the junior questions, and the first question is, how did you get into the hobby? So I actually have a video about this before, but just a brief explanation would be, I went into like a knick-knack stationery Asian store, and they had BJDs on like a diary cover, Then I kind of researched it, went and saw some at like a convention, and then immediately fell in love. And yeah, then it all started from that really. How are you involved in the hobby / community? I think in the beginning, I was involved just purely by going to events and like meetups, right? Like I went to anime conventions just to like join the doll table, or like I contributed artworks or like photography. I don't know, I found that with time in these big groups, it's like when you go to a big party, not everyone clicks with each other. So then from that, I found like smaller groups of people where they became like more than just doll people and more than just meeting up for the sake of meeting new people, but it was like we became like proper friends that really got to know each other and everything. And really like when we had meetups, it was like personal catch-ups as much as like doll meet. So yeah, that was like really rewarding for me. And what I contributed to the community, I think, because I started hosting those meets. Where can we find you? Where can we find you? So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Flickr, YouTube obviously. My Flickr isn't premium anymore, so it's all older stuff. But I'll link my Instagram below. It's Le Petit Prince P. I'm always like constantly posting things because I'm obsessed with my dolls at the moment. So what do you like? So the next question is, what do you like about the hobby? So what I like about the hobby, besides the dolls themselves and the progress of creating, because I sketch the hell out of like dolls before they arrive. If I get a doll in a lottery, I would start sketching out its face stuff. I really start thinking about it, considering it. You know, it's like, it's a heavy investment for me when I get a doll because I must really like it, and I don't just like any mold just for the sake of a doll looking cute. Like I really think about it before I buy something. It's like fashion for me. You know, you can get everything you want, but then like, it's, I don't know, it takes kind of the fulfillment out of it when you kind of get everything. So I kind of think about it a lot right before I get a doll or a head or whatever, because I'm like, am I going to enjoy this doll? If I don't like it, I'm going to have to sell this doll. And so like, all the dolls that I've kept at the moment are all the dolls that I really love. So that's important to me. And I like the sense of community. I like the fact that I have so many friends at the moment that are from overseas. I've got like an Instagram group of friends that I love to talk to, and we all get along, and it's like so much fun. Yeah, that's what I like, is that people can connect on mutual interests and like really hype each other up. And yeah, it's almost like a family of friends that you kind of create, that you haven't really met each other, but you know each other. It's like, it's fun. And I think it's important, especially during COVID, to have people to socialize with and enjoy things with, because this hobby at the moment, it is very personal, but it can be social if you do it the right way. So the last question is, what do you not like about the hobby and community? I mean, besides what I said before about like the hobby becoming about just buying things in general, and I don't know, flexing how much you buy. I don't like that some people in this hobby are toxic. I find that there's some people that are very paranoid all the time about other people copying them and stuff, and I think that's like, it's kind of unhealthy, because it's like there's a lot of people that sell stuff, and it's like when they sell you like this certain dress and you're scared someone else is going to buy the same thing, it's like going to H&M or like Zara and expecting to be original. It's like, you can style it your own way and everything, but like, it's not strictly yours, you know. I find that it's really nice when people share information about where they get things, because, you know, different collectors have different dolls, and I think, yeah, some people have a similar aesthetic, but I think that's completely okay. I think that when it gets competitive, I think it gets really unhealthy, and that's what I don't like about the hobby. But that's the same as like any other hobby. There's always like competitive people who are very paranoid, and you know, everyone's mental state isn't like at the same level as well, so people go through shit in every hobby, like anxiety and stuff that affects other people without like you you knowing and them knowing you, and you know, it's all like, it's very online based, so it's like you don't really know where people are at. So that's something that I had I had to learn to consider as well. Yeah, it's the only thing I don't like about the hobby is some people's competitiveness. I think it's like, it's already seen as kind of like different, right? It's not completely, it's a niche. So it's like when you have other people that you meet, and if you're more social and you're more happier and you like kind of emulate that positive energy, I think you get great friends out of it. So I just don't know why people are so cliquey. Yeah, that's probably the only thing I don't like about the hobby, and I think that's that kind of like destroyed some of the groups that I met here as well, is that people were very cliquey, and like, I don't know, they'd see one person contributing more than they should, and then they'd be like, oh my god, no, you can't do that. When that person fully has great intentions, it's like, why does that bother you so much? It's not even like, it's not like they're doing anything, they're just really in love with the hobby and they're very passionate. Like, more people should be more supportive instead of like being jealous. But anyway, so yeah, appreciate Michelin. Look how cute he is. But honestly, yeah, besides that, I love this hobby very much. I love everyone I've met. I love being able to be creative. I loved taking photos. I love sharing. Yeah, it's just lots of fun, or it can be as well. So, as someone in between, yeah, hopefully you liked my answers for both the senior questions and the junior questions. I hope that none of my answers were offensive to anyone. It wasn't targeting anyone in particular. This is just my personal experience and how I feel personally answering to these questions. Like, it's not targeting anybody. Like, everyone enjoys the hobby in a different way, and my advice and everything is purely out of like my own experience and opinion. So don't come for me. It's not personal. Yeah, and also another thing I like about the hobby, different people enjoy it in different ways, so that's also important to me. But I hope you like this video. I hope it's actually recording this time. Yeah, it is. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Until next time, have a great day, have a great night, have a great whatever, wherever you are. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.